The other side of Tarawa is number 4, USS Boxer. The small boat over here on the left side is called the Beaver. The Beaver's job is to open and close the security barrier, which they just did to let that large screen on the barge out here. The security barrier was put in place after 9/11 2001 to keep civilian vessels away from the Navy ships here. Notice the sign there on the barrier, U.S. Navy restricted area, use of force authorized. That means if you try to cross that barrier without permission, sentries on the ships are allowed to shoot at you. I haven't heard of anyone being shot down here, but I don't want to be the first one to try the system. All these ships do have sentries on board. USS Tarawa here and USS Boxer on the left side, amphibious assault ships designed to carry up to 1,900 United States Marines. They operate AV-8 Harrier vertical takeoff and landing jets off the flight deck, also Marine Corps and Navy helicopters, and the new V-22 Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft. These ships also have hospital spaces on board, and quite often ships like Tarawa and Boxer are dispatched around the world to places where we're doing humanitarian and disaster aid. An example, about a year and a half ago, the country of Bangladesh had a tropical cyclone that came through, which did a lot of damage and hurt a lot of people. They asked the United States government for help, and the United States sent several ships, like the ones behind you here, to Bangladesh. They used their helicopter assets and their military, and their medical facilities to treat the people who were hurt in the tropical cyclone in Bangladesh.
They were taking 60,000.
Something you don't generally hear in the average news reports. As we make the turn here behind us, you see a pier out there with thousands of vehicles on it. That is the National City 24th Street Marine Terminal. Remember seeing that big car carrier go by. This is where the car carriers unload foreign vehicles here. Last year on that pier, they offloaded over 300,000 foreign vehicles brought in by ship from Korea, Japan, and Europe. It's a oil spill barrier. It doesn't contain anything spilled off the ship. Good question there. Gentleman asked, what's the orange floating barrier there around these ships? The Navy puts a floating barrier around each ship while they're in port here, and that is to contain any type of petroleum or any other kind of discharge that might leak out of these ships. The floating barrier there contains that slick, if there was a slick, so it could be more easily cleaned up so the slick doesn't spread around the harbor here. And that's a requirement, of course, for all Navy ships. The white boxy barges you see here are called berthing barges. The Navy uses those to provide living spaces and office spaces for Navy shipboard personnel while their ships are being worked on in the shipyards. Pier 10 ahead to the right here, and number 52 is a guided missile cruiser, USS Bunker Hill. Behind Bunker Hill, the ship with the stern gate partially open is USS New Orleans. New Orleans carries Marines. She has the cone-like projections out the top. Bunker Hill here, guided missile cruiser, 560 feet long, crew of 400, 5-inch gun on the bow. There's another one on the stern, but the major weapons aboard that ship are guided missiles. Number 88 here on the other side of the pier is a destroyer, USS Preble. The destroyer is 510 feet long. She's wider than the cruiser, but wider but shorter. The cruiser is the older design. The destroyer with the angular sides is the newer design. It's supposed to make the ship look smaller on radar. 5-inch gun on the bow. Guided missiles launched vertically out that ship are the primary weapons. Another destroyer, number 100, back there on the same pier, USS Kidd, K-I-D-D. Over here, you can hear that the dental department is open on USS Rushmore today. Number 47, that's a dock landing ship. They're doing some free dental work here. All the sailors coming over to get free root canals today only. So Rushmore actually carries Marines. She is a doctor.